Provisioner tokens are a little bit annoying. It's the typical cringe-ass system where you have to exchange some materials for a currency that is time-gated every week. It used to be every day, by the way, guys. It was way worse before. Now provisioner tokens are back as they are needed to craft the gifts of magical prosperity and gift of mighty prosperity to make your second and third versions of your legendary kind of free gloves. So let's go and teach you how you can get these provisioner tokens with essentially 0 time gate if you want it and do it in one day, or if you want to save some gold and just do it slowly instead. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live every morning, and let's get into it. So alright, for faction provisioner tokens, what do they do? I went to the Laurel guy instead of the other one. 1 second. There we go. When you get provisioner tokens, you can purchase the gift of craftsmanship, which is used for many legendaries. It's used for legendary relic, legendary rune, legendary sigil, for the gift of prosperity, which is used for every legendary from the raids, and it's used for the gift of magical or mighty prosperity in order to get any of the legendary obsidian armor, as well as the new gloves. In order to purchase this gift of craftsmanship, you will need 50 of these provisioner tokens. Now, it is also important to note that there's some skins that you actually can acquire through these provisioner tokens, but they're not like the best skins ever either. You can purchase them if you want though. Well now, how do you get them? As we talked about before, they are gate kept by time. You can buy 7 of each every week, and it will ask you for different types of currencies, items, armor, weapons, even runes sometimes. There are a lot of provisioner tokens sellers around the entire world, but thankfully we have a place where you can categorize them all. And this is in the wiki. Faction provisioner, if you go here, you're gonna see that it will categorize every one of the provisioner token vendors and their items that they ask for you in this website. They even tell you how much gold it will actually cost you. As you can see here, you can get an insane amount of provisioner tokens every day. Back in the day, you had to just go every day and every one of these NPCs on a rotation and just buy the items one on one, and it would take you a good amount of days to get whatever you want. Nowadays, you can just come in here and purchase an insane amount every day. Look at this one. So this gives you 5 per token, per item. This is very good. The amount of provisioner tokens you can get every day is kind of insane. I don't want to calculate it because I tried it once and I was like at 200 plus, and I like whatever the amount you need in one day, if you want to buy it with gold, you can do it, okay? Don't worry about it. You can absolutely get all the provisioner tokens you need for your gloves in one day. It will cost you though. So this way you can decide how much you want to pay, which NPCs to go to, which ones not to go to, as I can't really know how many provisioner tokens you have right now, how many you need, or whatever is happening. So this way you'll have the choice. I'm gonna be going through every one of these ones from the top to the bottom by just clicking on this waypoint right here and whispering myself with the command so I can just go to each place. The first one is gonna be the faction provisioner, the squid trader. Cute, right? It will let you get 7 of each of these ones per week. So you can just come in here with your materials ready to go. The first one is the provisioner token with the Mist Forged Stone. The Mist Forged Stones are available through achievement chests or the gem store, so not really worth buying through that. But you probably do have a lot of those in your bank if you save them up. So this is a perfect place to just spend them. I'll heavily recommend you to buy this one every week if you need provisioner tokens, just like I'm gonna do right now. Ectoplasms, you get them from a lot of the parts of the game. This will actually cost you a good amount of gold. As you can see here, around almost 2 gold every one of these provisioner tokens. But considering what we can see here on the bottom, this is not the biggest thing. Now, if you're not in a hurry, maybe you can skip this one and just go for the free ones. But this is like a mid-purchase. Not too expensive, but still something. And then you have the provisioner tokens for the superior runes of the adventure. This one is kind of expensive. You can see here that it'll cost you around 5 gold to actually buy this, each of these tokens. So unless you're very desperate, I heavily recommend you not to buy this one. So just because, let's just buy this 7 provisioner tokens right here to show off what is most likely correct for you. And I won't be buying this one. Next is going to be the SS Gate waypoint right here on the Black Citadel. The faction provisioner is right here. right beside the waypoint. And it's gonna ask you for obsidian shards. This one, super easy, yes, for me. Obsidian shards are in the game. They're super easy to get. It's an easy free win for these provisional tokens. Then it's gonna be large skull. These ones are surprisingly expensive, just like the next one being superior runes of the citadel. 7 gold and 8 gold. If you're insta buying them, yes, they're 7 each one, but unless you're very desperate, don't do it. Next one is gonna be the Minister Waypoint in Divinity's Reach. The first thing is gonna be the Lump of Mithrilium. Now, this is an item that you can only craft as a level 450 Armorsmith, Artificer, Huntsman, Leatherworker, Tailor, and Weaponsmith, or a 400 level Jeweler. You can only get this one's one a day. It is a daily craft, so it's a little bit annoying, but it's not too expensive. As you can see here, it'll cost you around 1 gold for each of these provisioner tokens. So honestly, not a bad deal. If you don't care to craft this every day and just come here once a week to interchange them for 7 of these tokens, yeah, it's pretty good. The next one is going to be Superior Sigils of Justice and Superior Runes of Divinity. The Superior Sigils of Justice are pretty expensive, so I would not recommend you to actually get these ones. But for the Divinity ones, they are pretty cheap. Only 1 gold each. Now, I have some on the bank because I need them for a build, so I'm not gonna spend them. But yeah, if I could, I would definitely buy this one. Next one is gonna be Trade Commons in Holbreak. This one is right off the waypoint, right here. And we can see here the same provisioner token for Spool of Thick Elonian Cord. This being the same as the one we just talked about for Mithril, but instead of it's a leather type of material. Also daily, so same as before. If you want to spend this time crafting every day and then come in here once a week, you can do that. But you can also use this to craft into something else and sell it for a good profit. So, opportunity cost at the end of the day. And honestly, not as cheap as what we had with the Lump of Material. This is 2 gold almost. Superior Sigil of Icebridge Slaying, pretty expensive. Around 21 gold here. So, yeah, don't buy this one. Same for the Runes of Holbreak, 6 gold for each provisioner token. Not worth it. So this one is going to be the only one, and only if you like crafting a lot, and you would rather spend it on provisioner tokens rather than actually making some gold. The next one is in here in Radasum, faction provisioner token right here. Another daily, this time being a charged quartz crystal. This is a very annoying item that you can only get once a day from any hero challenge. You have to get 250 crystals and bring them to any hero challenge you have completed before and use them to create a charged quartz crystal. It was 25, not 250, but yeah, there you go. And then you'll do a little custom and you'll get it. This is kind of annoying to do every day. If you do this already because, you know, you come into your home's instance and, you know, gather all this stuff every day, you can get yourself your obelisk shark, your create obelisk shard, just to do this very, very simply. But this item can also be used for other stuff, so it is your choice on what to do with it. It is pretty cheap to do this though. The next one is gonna be the Crystal Lodestone. Pretty expensive item, not really worth it. Around 8 gold you're gonna have to spend to get 1 provisioner tokens. Superior Rune of Radasum, also not the most cheap, around 4 gold. It's better, but I wouldn't do it unless I'm very desperate. And for the last one of the core items, of the core provisioner tokens, you're gonna have to go to the Grove into the Reckoner's Waypoint, and you can barely see the icon here for the faction provisioner. It's always the same icon, by the way, in any one of the ones we're gonna talk about today. We're back at the Glove of Elder Spirit Residue, same item as we talked about the Mithril one, the leather one. Now we have the Spirit Wood one. Daily crafts are you gonna have to do to get this provisioner token. If you want to do it, as we talked about before, you can. Not needed, kind of annoying, but yeah, pretty cheap. The next one is gonna be Sheet of Ambrit. This is actually pretty cheap. As you can see here, it only costs you 2 gold for each of these provisioner tokens. Not a horrible deal. Not the best one, but pretty chill. And the next one is gonna be the Rune of the Grove. This one is a bit expensive. Around 4 gold, almost 5 for each of these purchases. Maybe not the best thing to do unless you're very desperate. Now we're gonna go to the HOT vendors. And this works a little bit different. Each of the HOT zones has one: Verdant Brink, Auric Basin, and Tangled Depths. Not Drownstand for some reason. We're gonna go here to Shipwreck Waypoint for the first one. And you're gonna see that, no, things are a bit different now. You only have one item. This item is the Reclaim Metal Plate. This item is super easy to get. Just by doing anything in Ring, you'll be getting a lot of these ones. And you can interchange it for 7 every week of this. This is very much worth it. Heavily recommend you to get this every week if you need it. But then you have other ones. Look at this. Silvari Provisioner Token, Itzel, Pact, Noble, Quaggan, and there you go. And they will be asking you for particular weapons and sometimes even armor. You can buy this from a trading post. You can just type the name of them on the trading post and buy them. Ideally 7, as you can get 7 of each of these ones every week. But I will heavily recommend you to check the price before you do this. I will say though, they're pretty cheap. 50 silver each one. Even the ones that are 2 gold, it's not really that big of a deal. Personally, because these are so cheap, I would not go over 1 gold and would just do everything else. But you can make your decision in however way you want. For example, you can see here the Quaggan Provisioner Token Exchange is pretty expensive, so you probably don't want to go for this one. The next one is going to be in the Wanderer's Waypoint in Auric Basin with this little guy, Scavenger Racketin. It'll ask you for the first one, Auric Ingot. Yes, absolutely, you should buy this. This one are super cheap. And then same thing as before. By the way, the Auric Ingot, you can get it just by playing Octavine. You'll get a lot of them, but if you really just want to craft a lot of them, you can just craft them through this recipe right here with Piles of Auric Dust and Auric Silver. I would not worry about it though, you probably have a lot of these Auric Ingots. And for this ones, same as before, we just want to go in here and see the price and buy the ones that we want. As you can see here, these are a bit more expensive, over 2 gold even, not the best, but this one's on the Exalted Provisioner Token Exchange and the Scrit Provisioner Token Exchange. These ones are pretty cheap, so I would concentrate on these ones. The next one is going to be Entangled Deaths in the Ogre Camp, and it's going to be the same story as before. Faction Provisioner is going to ask you for Chak eggs, which you just get by doing Chak Garant. You'll have a lot of them. You can also open the caches around the map, but just by doing the meta event, you'll have a lot of this ones. So get every 7 every week. And then armor and weapons is just like we talked about before. Check the prices, of course. Remember, the prices will change from time to time. But overall, just like before, more than 1 gold, probably too much. So we're going to concentrate on these ones instead of the ones on the bottom from the Scar Provisioner Token Exchange. And there you go. We already have a lot of Provisioner Tokens for just 1 day. Now we can go to the next expansion, Secrets of the Obscure. For some reason, they forgot about Provisioner Tokens in Path of Fire and in End of Dragons. Now, every zone in Secrets of the Obscure has 1 Provisioner Token vendor. Actually, he has multiple of them in every zone. And things change a little bit for this ones in particular. There's a lot of them. You can see the little icon in the map. Essentially, there's 1 in every one of the waypoints, near every one of the waypoints. That's a good way of checking where they are at. Sometimes they're very far away, but that's what the wiki is for here. And the way that they work is that they will let you purchase 1 item every day. These are a bit more annoying than the other ones because you have to make a choice. You can choose to use these cheap materials to get 1 Provisioner Token every day, or you can buy 1 of these kind of expensive weapons. In the case of Skywatch Archipelago, the Storm Eye weapons, for 5 of these Provisioner Tokens. Now, every one of the faction Provisioner Tokens in Skywatch will offer you this deal for different weapons. You can of course check the price of each of them and the crafting discipline that it requires. And in order to craft them, you will need a case of Capture Lighting, which you can do by getting the meta or farming the currency, and some other just easy to get items and some research notes. Or you can just buy them from the trading post for 14 gold. Whichever way you choose to do it, it will be a bit more expensive, but you will get a bit more Provisioner Tokens. I will heavily recommend you to craft it yourself, as there's not that much of a use of this particular currency in the game, so it's a good way of getting rid of it, unless you're going for Obsidian Armor, in which case you will need a lot of this currency, but it is your choice. That being said, there is a little bit of a trick, and honestly, if I were you, I would do this, because you can get one of these weapons, the Storm Eye weapons, like the Storm Eye Axe, for example. You can unlock it to get the skin, which honestly looks pretty sick, and then you can use it to get the 5 Provisioner Tokens, incentivizing you to unlock new skins while also getting you something for it. I already have all of them, so instead I'm gonna go for the thick leather section because I have too much of them. Now we can go to Amnidas and it's going to be the same story, but instead, in this case, with other materials and with other weapons. You're going to see here now that we have other stuff to exchange for 1 provisioner token and other stuff for the 5. In this case, it's going to be the Storm Forge weapons, which also look pretty cool, so you can do the same thing we talked about before. Same as always, there will be other waypoints with other provisioner tokens that you can use to get the whole set of provisioner tokens, but which way you're gonna do it, that's gonna be your choice. And in Nerneos, we'll have the same story again with other types of materials and other types of weapons. This time with this Concentrate Zerx weapons, which also look pretty cool, albeit a little bit disgusting. I mean, look at it, it's fucking pulsing. Oh my god. So yeah, you can buy them and unlock the skins if you want. Now, the skins will be unlockable and craftable in the same way the other ones were, where you just collect some currency and craft it with your weaponsmith, huntsman, or artificer. But you can buy them in the store, in the trading post as well. And for the last one, we have Janthir Wilds, and this will also work very similarly to the ones in Secrets of the Obscure. Multiple provisioner tokens in each of the towns. You have the choice to pick one of these very easy to get materials, or you can choose to give them, one of these armor pieces instead for some provisioner tokens. For Lowland Shore, it will be the Titan Plate set. For Mistborn Barons, it will be the True Sight set. And for Bavanissos, it will be the Lightborn weapon set. They work exactly the same as the Secrets of the Obscure weapons. You can craft them on your own or buy them through the trading post, unlock them of course, and then getting the provisioner tokens and the skin for free. Of course, if you care about having the entire set, go for everything, otherwise go for the cheapest one, but yeah, that's a decision you're gonna have to make. I would heavily recommend you to go in here and actually get the skins because they're pretty nice. If you really like something like World of Warcraft, I think the Titan Plate really, gives you that bulky kind of look. The True Sight, pretty chill, but pretty elegant. And the Lightborn weapons are super shiny and very, very cool. If there was an effect on the gloves that was white, this weapon set would be absolutely perfect with it. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, and look at that. Okay, the Lightborn ones are, those ones are, they're good to get. Okay, Jesus Christ, they're beautiful. But there you go. With this, you should be able to get any type of provisioner token amount you ever want in one day, or you can just slowly go for it and get an okay amount instead throughout a few days. Whatever is better for you, it is your decision. Here you have the information. Let me know what you guys are gonna do, and hopefully I helped you getting a bit more fun and a bit less stress through this process. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like this kind of system. It's very annoying to go into every one of these NPCs once a week or almost every day. I don't like it. It's not bad MMO design, but it is what it is. What are we gonna do? We love Guild Wars 2. We're stuck here. Ha 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 ha. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live every morning. See you guys around. Love you all. Ciao, ciao.